Isn't it?
Yeah. It's on right now.
So you own them.
No, they were already in business. They must have been gone already.
From Erie Zone Government Access, Channel 9, from the City Hall Council Chambers, it's time once again for the Taxpayers Hotline Show. And now, ladies and gentlemen, your host...
Testing. We're on. Oh, we're live. We're here.
Okay.
Can you talk? Say something.
No.
What?
Do you have an off switch?
Check.
Now it is. He did it. Well, here we are with another great 1 hour of Taxpayer Hotline.
Yay!
With my good friend DJ.
I am.
Your DJ?
And your good friend.
And City Councilman Kaz Kwiatkowski. And as always, do you want to tell them the rules?
Nothing libelous or slanderous. Keep it within good taste.
Pretty much everything's open.
Yeah.
And we have a caller. Go ahead, caller.
Afternoon, gentlemen.
How you doing?
Good. I just want to give you an update on the paving of East Avenue. Thursday, they came by and they milled it. This morning, at 5 minutes after 6, they came by with the vacuum trucks, making all kind of noise at 10 after 6 in the morning. They put down the first coat this morning about 8 o'clock, 8:30. Now they're putting the second coat on right now. And the sewer, it looks like the sewers are going to be level with the road because I can see that they put a ring on the one in the center of the road.
So you're pretty much happy then, right?
Far.
Yeah, I got a call this morning about Marion Street at the other end of the east. And I took a ride up there, and they're fixing the sewers, the manholes.
Good. Yeah.
So and it looked good. So I'm glad you're happy too.
Except for being woken up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
But everything looks okay though, right, sir?
They're putting. They're in front of the house now, putting the second coat on.
Is it our people or a private company?
Taxpayer Brothers.
Okay, let's hope it turns out good because. Above 38th was in good shape, but that micro patching didn't work.
Oh, they mailed that down right to the concrete.
What did they do with the? There was some other. Wasn't there slabs of concrete in there too, right?
They didn't do it. They didn't fix the cracks or nothing up. They just mailed it down to the concrete, and then that's it. They sprayed some. I don't know what it is. They sprayed tar or something on the oil or whatever that stuff they put on before they put the coat on.
Well, let's hope it turns out good. That's a major artery on that side of town.
Well, it would be a speedway now.
Yeah, I guess that's the bad part, right?
Well, if anything happens between now and 3 o'clock, I'll give you a buzz back.
Well, thank you. I'll take a ride by there. I was up on the. They're doing some roads on the other side of down towards McClellan more, and I was looking over there too. And for the most part, everybody seems to be happy.
I know I guess they had to call the sewer department, or the streets department, or somebody to pull out the weeds out of the sewer before they did around the sewers, I guess.
And I'm glad they're fixing the rings in the manholes because too often they were sinking.
Yep. Okay, I'll talk to you later.
Hey, thank you for calling.
Bye.
Yeah, I did. I got up this morning, went up to, got a couple phone calls.
Yeah.
And I liked what I saw. Basically,
They're fixing stuff.
There was a manhole that was bad about 2 days ago.
Yeah.
When I looked, I said, I got to turn it in. Didn't have a chance to turn it in, and they fixed it, actually, so.
I remember when I don't know who did it, and I'm not passing blame, but when they did Peach Street, down here between 26th and 27th, it was never level. I mean, they sunk right in, and at one point they were too high, and I don't know if they ever fixed it. Like, I go there now, and I still end up... So whatever these rings are, that's what they're supposed to do. I'm glad they're actually doing it.
Yeah, what happens is, as they keep... Well, you can see the curbs are, going down in size.
Yeah, right.
Because they didn't mill them in the old days. And,
yeah.
And, it's a costly project to do it right. It would be, I mean... But what I like is, I seen our guys were doing the one project, and like this gentleman says, Mayor Brothers is doing this one. Our guys were doing a good job.
And whether our people do it or a contractor does it, somebody checks up on that stuff, I'm assuming. So it needs to be done right.
But as long as they get those holes, those manholes and stuff fixed, and there's a couple of sewers sinking, but
Yeah.
usually when I turn them in, the sewer department has a backlog, but they do get to them.
Very good. I know the guys down here are busy, though, because I called the city engineering department, and it took them 2 days to get back to me because they were out doing stuff. They were not even in the office. They apologized, and that was great because I was asking them about
with the
something.
roads right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're out on the road checking stuff, so I know people are working.
The big thing is like they always have drainage. Well, they're going to run into drainage problems after you pave. You just find out it didn't work like you thought it was going to work.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest problems. Plus, then we got to deal with the handicap ramps. They got to be put in at certain times. When we do certain road repairs,
Yeah.
that enters into the equation too a little bit.
Yeah, so when do we get a grant to take the curb cuts back out?
The trouble is, you took the money to put them in,
Yeah, I know.
and you got to stick with them for a while.
Really, we were dedicated for a while.
Yeah, you don't think the government's going to let you put them in a year and then take them out again? Well, they will. They'll say you owe us money back.
Okay, I guess we'll keep them.
You know-
They're supposed to slow down traffic. I think that's okay.
I-
supposed to, but I don't know.
I
I hit them all the time, and
Would-
I'm still going slow.
When you get to be my age and you've seen, I was joking with somebody. We were meeting. We were at this gathering of alumni from the old Italian neighborhood, and we were joking about how we seen 12th Street increase, decrease, increase, decrease. Same thing with, we've seen State Street closed, open,
Yeah.
cut down, opened again. It's like if you're around long enough,
You'll see it all.
something happened there.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, it just I'm not a fan of the bump outs. I really aren't.
Yeah.
I don't think on a street that's pedestrian more so. I would agree, but go ahead, caller. Go ahead. You're on the air.
Hello. Anybody home?
I don't know.
No. No, nothing. Nobody loves us.
It's the ghost.
It's making me drink.
It's a ghost. We'll have to watch that one. I think it's working, right?
It should be.
But you just over the years you've just seen them.
Yeah.
Now their latest thing is they want to get rid of 1284. Let's try it. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, good afternoon, gentlemen.
We knew you'd be here.
I tried to get down there, but I'm babysitting.
Oh, you know what? We had a unanimous request that they want to see your face, and I said I can't force the guy to come on here though.
Well, I got a face for radio.
Yes, you do, but that's okay. We can give you. DJ has ways of masking you if he has to.
I don't have to be masked. I can let the wonderful world see me out there.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, people said we want to see the guy that does all the talking.
No, actually, if you see my face, you'll think Michelangelo drew me.
On one of his on one of his bad days or good days?
On the wall.
Which wall?
I'm not going to answer that one. I have a couple observations and a couple of comments.
Go ahead.
Let's start with the comments first. I see that the county has come up with a resolution with 3 new people that the city put in, unbeknownst to me. Witherspoon, Brennan. Brennan I don't like, I'll tell you that right now. Mm-hmm. And who was the third?
That was at the meeting?
Yeah. Prior meeting that they come up with a resolution to come up with a applicable.
The only thing, I wasn't there, and I read, just talking to people that told me things about it. It was Brennan and Witherspoon.
Yeah.
And I think Bobby Mursky, as president, went there to see what was going on, but he was not.
He was not
He came afterwards. He wasn't part of the,
part of the setup.
Right.
Like I say, I don't like the setup the way it was taken behind the 3 initial council people that were supposed to sit with that.
Mm-hmm.
That I smell a rat. I mean,
Different people were asked. I was not comfortable with going to any kind of private meeting. I just don't.
well, I'm not comfortable with running anymore anyways.
I mean, if we're going to meet, we need to meet.
If you're going to meet with 3 selected, keep it that way. If you want to have it completely open, let everybody come in and sit on it.
It's a shame, though, it took this long to get to this point, though. We could have done this way back, but, the newspaper says we never met with him. Well,
Agree on a 10-year extension? You've already voted on a 20-year extension.
Well, we voted on a 50 right now.
Well, all right.
Okay, but we told him that, we would be willing.
You might be having, the Jetson vehicles going around.
Yeah, but we were okay with 20 years. We told them that we could still, give them 20 years. That wouldn't be a big deal. We even agreed on a majority. I think there's a majority council feels like an advisory board is okay.
Yeah, the whole thing here, but I want the mayor to stick to what he said. I don't want the county to have any part of this.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're basically, here's the deal, They want, even this new plan they come up with is...
They want it to be 4 and 4 with a rotating seat every other year.
Yeah, that'd be like having can you imagine...
That'd be like the Yankees putting their JV team against the seniors.
But you're switching every 2 years, something's going on,
Yeah.
And it's I don't know,
I think the mayor should stay with his guns and let it go at that.
Well, I want to tell everybody that, there's a lot of accusations. The mayor has not told council what to do.
No.
And, we happen to agree with him. And so it looks like, well, now we're kowtowing to him. But, no, we agree with him because on this issue, long before the mayor even talked to us, we even talked to him about his plans, I was highly insulted when I left that first meeting. And, nothing has changed my mind yet.
Well, the other day I was at the Walmart in Harbor Creek, and the bus pulled up, and the bus was going to Northeast, going to Harbor Creek. They've already got county services out that way. What is going on behind the back that nobody knows?
You know what? They have service in Corey. In fact, some communities...
Corey, Edinburgh.
Right. And, in fact, Edinburgh, the college, and Northeast, the college with Mercyhurst, they are actually paying a little bit to help subsidize it, but where service is needed, the EMTA is not backed off. They even were going to add a couple runs to the peninsula because there's demand now.
In the summertime.
Yeah, people got to remember that the money that the government gives for urban transit is in a very tight area, which is mostly like the city. These other areas have to justify. Because, when you get out in suburbia, most everybody has a car. Well, even in my area where we live, John, we don't get a lot of bus traffic.
No, we don't.
So, where it's needed...
I think you see 3 buses a day.
Yeah, and you know what? Where it's needed, they have put it in. If there's like an overriding need, like it came up one day about there's a lot of factories out in certain areas of the county.
Yeah, but there's a difference there. You can't service a factory or any... industrial places with an hour-run bus. You have to be running every 15 minutes.
Yeah, but even if they want to pay for one, the EMTA will meet them,
Yeah.
If they want to, like other towns, I've seen in other towns where they have to get their employees, like in Chicago, you get dropped off at the train station, and it's up to you how you get to your job because there's no place to park in downtown Chicago.
Right.
The same thing in Pittsburgh. You buy a one-day ridership.
Right. Or your company, if it's a nice company, will, I noticed the EMTA here is now buying their own buses. Did you see that?
Yeah.
They haul their workers from parking ramps and lots.
Yeah.
And, if there was a big need out there in, let's say, West County for, they could easily contract, just like the school districts do with the EMTA, and they would haul them as they need them,
It's true.
But yeah, the EMTA's been very receptive to new routes. But they're not going to just put them in because
no.
Yeah.
And And I see that the ridership on the EMTA buses is going to finally go modernized.
What's that? You mean with the...
With the cards, you know, a card reader instead of... They'll still take cash and tokens and all that, but still.
Yeah, there's one county councilman going around talking about he's going to do this and that with the parking authority, and I'm going...
Not going to do anything.
Well, you know what? First of all, we're already working on that.
Right, and the whole thing here...
Yeah, what's he getting... You know, what's he worried...
The county has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, worry about your job over there, because we've already talked to the parking authority, just like the MTA, and it's not as simple as just putting machines in.
No.
You got the technology has to be bought, has to be experimented with. You know, you got to get the public to used to it, and we've talked to the parking authority on it, and they said, yeah, we want to put it in. So how do we make it work? You know, there's a cost involved.
First of all, you got to take the cost into consideration. Who's going to install it? Who's going to have the equipment? Who's going to read the equipment?
Right. So right now we're working with them, and there is a plan that's going to be rolling out. You know, as soon as a couple of the I's get dotted and the T's get crossed, and
you yourself know you've always been 10 years behind on everything.
Well, yeah, because people don't want to pay for the changes a lot of times.
Oh, that's the whole game.
Like if you want to be able to use credit cards and readers, well, you know what? Just like when you go to a restaurant, they don't put them in for free.
Yeah.
No, that's right. And there's a charge.
Sure, you just don't see it, though.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like when my buddy Stemke here would always yell at me about the $10 fee. I'm saying, at least you see it coming.
Yeah.
And a lot of places, they bury that fee, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. You know, I'm from the old school. In God we trust, all others cash.
There you go. I love that saying. What else you got there, John?
No, I was looking around, and I know we have engineer department out, we have code enforcement out, but I see we've been bombarded with another flex of signs on the right-of-way city property. Text message, and you might win a free pizza.
Oh.
Have you seen them around?
No, but I've seen. But
where's one of them at?
DJ here's been going wild looking
tearing
for
them down. So where's it at?
East side, down around Page Street, Fargo, in those areas. I even seen some on Old French Road, I believe, by the Vets Hospital. I was going to text the number and say, "How do I get a free pizza?" But, you know, I think they're phishing numbers.
Yeah, they
That's
are.
exactly what they're doing. As soon as you text them, that gives them permission to put you on a list.
Right, because they got you from your calling on the phone.
Yeah, in fact, I warn people that when you go to one of your legitimate sites, like just say, you and I are sports fans, right, John?
Right. So
all of a sudden they say, win 2 free tickets to the Indians game, right? So you go on there and it's sponsored by Gillette or somebody or some hot dog company, right?
They're looking to bombard you.
Yeah, so what you got to be careful is at the end, after you register, there's a little box that nobody reads, which is, read the rules and regulations. And you read it, and they tell you are giving us the right to contact some of our sponsors.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you don't check the box off, all of a sudden now you've given them permission to call you on the phone, send the little boxes up on your internet.
Yeah.
And I warned people. I said you got to read them. You got to read everything because just because you called the do not call list.
Right. That's baloney.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm getting weird calls. John, I got every state in the union covered now.
Well, I'll tell you what. I got a call from the United States Magistrate, and I was going to be prosecuted unless I hurry up and call this number.
Well, they can't, John, because they got me first.
Well,
They have to get. I'm up first on the list, John.
You? Who is you? It's just like you go and say, they. Who is they? It's amazing.
I tell them I'm with the Metropolitan Police. Yeah, I say Metropolitan Police Department. I'm not identifying myself as a police officer. All of a sudden you hear that phone click.
Oh, yeah.
I just asked if I can talk to somebody who's American. And the phone is hung up real quick.
Yeah, I got the Indian guy the other day, and he goes, I says, "Oh, Jed." I said, "How you doing, Jed? Jed, is your name Jed? You called me from India. It's the only guy I know his name is Jed that I know in India."
But I see that the mayor has contracted a bunch of contractors to hurry up and get the paving done.
Probably, because it's getting late in the year now, but
Come on, Davison. I saw him on a couple of places on the east.
I gotta say they're doing, what I've seen so far is it's a pretty good job, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, we get complaints about they're not doing enough, and that's a whole different issue.
Well, the
But
whole thing there is they mill it and let it set too long, but now these guys are coming in and they're doing it, and they're putting in the sticker, and then they put in the rough stuff and the smooth stuff. They're getting it done within 2 days or 3 days.
yeah, they did, up in Marion, they did a nice job. I was up there today, and then a gentleman called us earlier about East Avenue. I gotta take a ride over there and take a look.
But they're getting out and they're doing it, and so. But other than that, I see that we're getting close to budget time again, and I see this urban farming deal.
Yeah.
If the redevelopment authority has lots, and this gentleman that has the brewery wants to use the lots, why doesn't he purchase the lots so we can get some tax money?
Well, I think that may be, that redevelopment didn't say they wouldn't sell the lots. I think they're looking at, like, can we rent them? If not, or if somebody wants to buy them, I'm sure they'll do it. The thing is, John, we haven't even written the ordinance yet.
I understand that. But, see, he was showing hops. When I was a kid living down on the Lower East Side, we had hops growing constantly down there.
Well, you remember how the Italians had a lot of property up around 32nd, 38th, Green Garden in that area?
Yeah.
And, they all had gardens, and they took it down to the farmers markets.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's not a bad idea, and
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure if this gentleman, who knows, maybe if his business is doing well and he wants to buy it, I don't think they'd be against selling it,
Yeah.
But I think in the short term, though, they're saying, at least let's get some revenue for the redevelopment out of it.
So, I remember my grandfather lived on about 17th and Liberty and all that, and they had lots that compromised all the way up where all the businesses are on Upper Peach Street. On both sides of the road. He had like 30 or 40 lots up there.
It might work out to be a pretty good deal, John, if it takes some of these old lots off the...
True.
Hey,
We know one thing, that I bet you that O'Reilly's will be on a tax roll next year.
Is that the one that's up there by Mario's house, right?
Mario and his sisters, they've got the block, and they're ready to go.
I was figuring it was O'Reilly, because they're the latest one coming into town now.
Oh, yeah. There's O'Reilly's out there on West 26th Street.
You got one on Broad Street?
Broad Street, and now this one up there. But at least we're getting some people that are coming in with going to be taxed.
Well, that's my hope, that we can, somehow, somehow slowly change and get some businesses in here,
I think we still should tax or get revenue for the snow plowers, the grass cutters.
Well, we're going to bring that up during budget session, so...
It's only right.
Yeah, we're thinking about all kinds of different things we can do.
But we got to look ahead to the future, not what we've done in the past.
That's for right.
All right, have a great day.
You too, John.
You too.
Yeah, that urban garden stuff might,
I would love to see more of that stuff everywhere.
When they present at the council, well, I'd be against turning the city into a farm.
Yeah, you don't want to turn it into a farm, but you should be able to allow it in spots and places, empty fields.
Go ahead, caller.
Hi, Kaz. Did you get to attend that the county radio meeting?
No, I really wasn't invited. They invited mostly like the police chief and the fire chief.
I thought anybody. Wasn't it a public meeting? Anybody could show up?
Yeah, but I think I had something else going on that day. Yeah, if you look at my schedule, it's pretty racked up for almost every day.
I was just wondering. Well, there were several questions I had about it.
You didn't happen to go to it, did you?
No. But there was supposed to be some federal money that we were supposed to get, and maybe we wouldn't have to take out this giant $25 million loan.
Yeah, I thought in the past, I'm going to talk to the fire chief about that. I haven't met the new police chief yet, but I'll talk to Guy Santone about it and see if, I thought so too, that Homeland Security and all that was paying, a large part of that at one time.
That's the thing. I mean, she's like approving, we need $25 million bond, but, we probably don't need that much money, so
Yeah, I don't know how that,
Why is she jumping the gun? Why doesn't she go through the process of applying for federal aid before just coming and saying, well, we need a $25 million bond?
yeah, because, if the federal government felt this obligation to do all this a long time ago. But I don't know whether that money dried up or we didn't apply for it, but.
Oh, boy. Yeah,
Yeah, we don't deal with the county too much, So I don't know what their thought process is over there.
Okay, well, I mean, we know, we all understand that their thought process isn't very calculated. They seem to jump to the gun on every little thing. I mean, including the EMTA situation and now this radio station.
Well, it seems like they got a lot of free cash laying around now, so the gambling money, and that seems to be driving a lot of it.
Well, no free cash, no cash laying around if you got to apply for a $25 million bond.
Yeah, that's the trouble. I mean, yeah, we'll pay for, in the future, you'll pay for all these decisions one way or the other.
Oh, my God. I mean, I've probably told you this before. Bring the jobs here first. Let's get the jobs going, and then if you want to spend money, go ahead.
The jobs are going to be interesting, but I will tell you this, there's no politician that the ones that get up there and they always say, I brought all these jobs, they didn't bring any. All they can do is create the atmosphere. But we have to go out there and find people that are willing to come here. And that I don't think we do a great job of in Pennsylvania.
No.
We need to go out there and say to these companies, government cannot make a job come. They can give them tax breaks and all that. But at the end of the day, it's really the company decides where they're coming here.
Yeah.
And you have to go and ask them, say, what is it that would make you want to come here? What are we not doing? Some of the things may not be able to happen, but at least you know what ballpark you're in. Like with GE, you can pretty much figure a lot of the issues are right to work state, things like that. They don't, union issues. And I mean, as far as the other things, we can give them. I mean, in the past, we've given like Smith's Provision tax breaks. Is that enough to keep them? Who knows? But you agree too, right? We have to bring jobs here eventually.
Well, I'm the guy who mentioned probably 2 months ago, I called your show and I said, hey, we got to offer free water.
Yeah, that's a bold step, that is. But that's the kind of step that you say, it's almost like when we give up our tax money. People say to me, they go, well, how come they're not paying taxes? Your insurance, they got all that money. They're not paying. I said, they're not paying taxes for a certain amount of time. And if we need to do that with the water, maybe that's something we need to do is say, hey, at least for 3-4 years, you get free water up to this amount.
Yeah.
You would buy that, right, sir?
Well, bring some significant jobs, not free water to everybody.
No. I mean, you have to meet some criteria. It's like every time the criteria used to be to give you tax-exempt programs, you had to guarantee you were going to keep your factory for so many years, and you had to create so many new jobs. That's the kind of thing you like to attach to them. Say, okay, we'll do it for you. What are you going to do for us, though? What are you going to bring here?
Well, that was right. I think I mentioned any corporation who's going to employ 1,000 people, give them free water. So that would be the stipulation of, well, you're going to employ 1,000 people for us in the city limits. Not in Harbor Creek, not in Mill Creek, in the city limits, 1,000 people, and, start your factory up. We'll give you free water, unlimited.
I mean, you look at all the industrial parks we have that are relatively empty in the city.
Yeah. What about that George Savantio Park up there? That's not being utilized at all.
No, I was looking at, I go to Ricardo's every once in a while, and I drive by there, and I go, wow, that's just, I mean, yeah, I don't know when they started. It was a long time ago, wasn't it, sir?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's not a stitch on there, right?
There's one business that Perfalon, I think, is over there.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think there's one business back there.
I didn't even know there was one.
Yeah, there is.
But there might be a place for the urban garden when you joke with it. I mean, you say,
seriously.
Maybe that's where they should grow their hops or something.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yep.
But
there's a lot of stuff we can do around here, but nobody's really floating the ideas.
No, I think that's what the problem is. We got so many economic departments. You got the county, you got the city, you got all this, Go Erie, all this stuff, and I can't even name half of them. But it's like they're firing a shotgun out there, and the pellets are hitting everywhere. Where what you really want to do is fire a rifle shot, hit one target at a time and say, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
We're aiming at this company. Let's get this company here.
Yeah.
And then start throwing out more feelers and,
Well, what's wrong with compiling a list of companies that we should be approaching?
you would think they would be doing that.
Okay,
But
let's talk to Kodak. Let's talk to this person. Let's talk to this company, and just make a list.
this gentleman probably remembers in the old days when companies were dying to come here.
Yeah.
Well, just an idea, but I'll let you guys go.
No, it's a good idea,
Yeah,
and that's the
thanks.
kind of thought process that I just think there's too many organizations. I don't think they get together and they sit down in the same room and go, well, are we working together or working separately? Are we using the shotgun approach or are we firing a rifle? Or a nice cannon shot, right? Let's go after this. Let's find out what's wrong with GE. Let's find out what's wrong with all these. But I agree with you, and well, thank you for calling, though.
Yeah, thanks.
It's like Smith's Provision. You take that one, right? Now, they're obviously getting big. How big they get, nobody knows.
Yeah.
That's also the type of company you want to work with and say, how do we make sure they stay here?
Right.
They don't get bought out and move over the border.
Yeah, right.
Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, listen to your last caller. Isn't that radio system a regional asset?
I think it would be considered one.
And we get money from the gaming where all that money is piling up doing nothing.
Well, I wasn't at the meeting, so I don't know where they're getting their money from. I could probably, Mr. Barnes will probably put a request in. He does it all the time, and he's willing to do it, but
Well,
it'd be interesting you would think, John, that, like the gentleman said, there should have been some money from Homeland Security and et
yeah,
cetera.
I questioned that right away. I even asked the county exec when she was with Steinhagen.
Yeah, they weren't going to fund the whole program, but
Right.
and then you got the gambling money's being tossed around for what I call spurious stuff. Where this is the kind of thing. Yeah, this is for the whole county.
We took all that money for the airport, and what good is it?
Well, you hope long range, John, that it works out, but right now it doesn't look like
Well, I went to a lot of disasters. I was at the Johnstown flood. I was at the hurricane up in the eastern end. I was in the snowstorms up there, and all our equipment. We had multiple radio channels, so we could get together with anyone coming in from anywhere in the states.
you could do it.
Yes. We selected a different channel and told them, go to this channel, go to that channel. We were on an FM frequency.
Well, somebody they're saying that
It's baloney.
they said the problem started when like Dominic's was one example. When they called in the volunteers, they could not coordinate with them properly.
Well, they had to tell them what channel to get onto.
Yeah, and those are things you think in today's world, but I got to admit I'm a novice at it. Okay.
This
Oh,
may be,
you can ask your gentleman right next to you. You have multiple channels on different things, and you just say you're going to be on this channel,
Yeah.
and that's all there is. You go to that channel.
there are too many different bands and too many different things. It would be a lot easier to get everybody in the same boat.
And like an FM band, right?
Yeah, like everybody there's an international calling channel on a CB. There's an international calling channel on Ship to Shore Radio, which I believe is 16, and CB
Yeah.
Radio is channel 9. So everybody knows that.
Yeah.
You tell them, we're going to be on this channel to organize and put them on the right channels.
What's the trouble like with state police, city police, Mill Creek police, fire departments, and let's say
They
the
have
feds
no
come in?
problems.
Then the feds come in. Is there a problem with all the bands or what?
There shouldn't be, but I have a very easy, cheap solution, and this may be one of the dumber things I've ever said, but everybody has a cell phone. Why don't we put money into improving the local cellular infrastructure and make sure that everybody gets a phone that's on that network?
Could they put something on it?
Yeah, everybody has a phone. You could encrypt it. It could be
It'd be a private channel.
yeah, you could. If I call you, it's a private channel. It's encrypted. So why don't we just make sure that everybody has a list
That's
of
right.
the
You
right
can get
numbers?
weather warnings on your phones and anything.
You make a server, and you have that server have all the numbers in contact, and you dial into that server, and you say, I need to talk to Harbor Creek Police. Boom. You could do that for way less than $25 million.
Maybe we should ask the guy from the county.
I'm serious.
Hey, we should ask the guy from the county to come on the show.
Yeah. Explain why we need this over this.
Think he'd come?
I don't know, but if they think they could convince us, yeah, they probably would come. I want to hear why we can't use something that exists that's 10 times better. It's more powerful than a desktop computer in my hand.
Yeah.
And the cellular network is so resilient.
Well, the whole thing there is it's the big dollars and who's going to get the cut.
Exactly.
Well,
somebody's going to get, there's,
Have a great day.
yeah.
What always is that way. It's like
Yeah.
when you do construction jobs and you take federal and state money, there's a preferred list.
Yeah. Oh, I know. And what they're going to try to say is they're going to try to say, well, everybody's on that, and if you try to make an emergency call. But what people don't realize is that the police and fire departments already get priority on the cellular network.
They do?
If there's an emergency,
Hold on 1 second, caller.
if there's an emergency, police and fire get priority on the cell phone network. And like if something's going on and you try to dial as just a normal person,
That's why you can't get through.
you get busy circuits because the emergency circuits have priority. So why don't we build on that instead of spending $25 million? It's there. It's right here in my hand. Go ahead,
Go ahead, caller.
Hey, Cass, what are the new channels they coming up with?
We're on TV.
Yeah.
Well, DJ can explain them. I think that's. I think
What
he's.
new channels?
You talking about the ones they had in the newspaper the other day?
Yeah, WFAA.
He's talking about the 4 new channels at the local TV stations, the over-the-air broadcast.
Yeah, I haven't heard about that yet.
They got what's that one with Gilligan's Island? Is it Me or We or?
Like the CW or something, or
Well, you know the ones that people that don't have cable that go over the air
yeah,
with the digital,
broadcast.
and they have that one channel. It's nostalgia, like Me or We.
Yeah, it's
They announced that they were putting.
it's you.
They're putting about 4 new ones, wasn't it?
Yeah, 6 new ones.
Yeah, 6 new ones. I guess he wants to know what they are.
I don't know what they are. It's got to be out there somewhere.
WFAA. And Channel 12 is going to have, I forget what theirs.
You need to do them.
One is for,
You don't get them with the cable. You got to get them right.
Over the air.
You have to have that other converter box, like.
Yeah.
That what you had a converter box, or?
Yeah, newer TVs are supposed to be able to get them. You just rescan the channels.
Oh, is that what you do?
Yeah.
So I can get it on mine too.
If it's on the cable, if they're carrying it, yes.
But are these being what?
The cable company doesn't have to carry broadcast channels that it doesn't want to. You may or may not get them.
So how would you know if they have them? You have to.
Just as soon as you know they're on and your friend says they've seen it, rescan your channels. You go into your menu system in your newer TVs and scan for them.
Yeah, how new is new?
coming in September the 1st.
Flat screen digital TVs.
I have a
Like 2
Samsung
years
that's like
old.
about 4 years old. No.
No, maybe. It's possible. I like to say 2, but 4 is possible.
Yeah, but Lloyd, those are the ones that. Do you have cable, Lloyd, or satellite?
No, I have cable.
Yeah, if you got cable, DJ's saying. Well, I can let him explain to you.
Oh. No, it's just somebody texted me and said LAFF, Escape, Grit, and Bounce. These are channels that are coming.
Yeah, there's like different options.
Yeah.
But
What was the question?
I guess he wants to know. Do you want to get them, Lloyd, or what?
No. Oh, no.
Yeah, what they are, they're for people that don't have cable or satellite.
Yeah.
And they get the old over-the-air.
Oh, okay.
And we either have to have a converter box or, like DJ's saying, the newer TVs, and I don't know how new they have to be.
Few years.
Yeah, and you're saying then you could.
If it's digital, if it can pick up digital, then you just rescan your channels and you get them. If
Yeah.
they're carried on the cable company, but the cable company doesn't have to.
How old's your new TV?
Mine?
Yeah.
5 years old.
Anything's possible. I mean,
Yeah.
this is,
Yeah, if you want to watch them, the only thing he's saying, you have to rescan your TV.
yeah.
Hey, what do you think about the Zababa?
I worked all day Sunday.
Oh, that's why I didn't see you, huh?
Did you show up?
I was out of town this weekend.
Oh, yeah, they had me working the Pivo tent. You know what that is, don't you?
Yeah, that beer tent.
Oh, man, I tell you what, I'm not going to make a comment except to say, believe me, about 2 hours before closing time, almost every bottle of Polish beer was gone.
Even Saturday night they were gone.
Yeah, well, there was so many brands they had, they couldn't refresh them fast enough because that beer was brought in special, like, and the company couldn't get any new ones. They went through a lot of the brands, but you're right, by Saturday night. By Sunday morning, there was only a couple brands left, And boy, I tell you what, they were going quicker than you could believe. And that new Voodoo beer went. They had a brand there, Lloyd.
Yeah.
The new company we're getting at the Boston store. Got a lot of compliments on that, on their Polish draft beer.
Ah.
They had a special batch they made up. But what did you think about it?
I thought it was good the whole weekend.
How'd you like the music? Was it as good as it passed?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I still kind of miss the Polka family, but I don't know what the deal is. Deal is there, you know.
Every 3-4 years they have to change.
I don't know if there's that many groups out there like the old days, you know.
I don't either anymore.
I mean, there used to be some when Major Mel and I used to go on all the tours like around the area, and we would build up our standing with some of those bands. We get tapes of new discs to play on the air, and there was a lot of groups out there. I don't know if they're out there anymore as much. But I thought the whole the food was good, and everybody looked like they had a good time.
Ran out of food Sunday.
Well, that's a good thing. And I think what happened, Lloyd, you had the perfect storm. You had beautiful weather, right?
Yes.
So because it was hot, everybody's drinking beer and went through the pop in the water. And that's one of those things. If you get a couple days of rain, all of a sudden you got too much food. Then But I don't know if they can ever plan. That's a hard thing to plan for.
Yeah, the street department. Somebody threw all their ribbon carriers on the alleyway.
Yeah.
2 days before Zababa, and the street department came right away and they cleaned everything up.
Yeah, it's nice how they even have policemen in the neighborhoods. But do you think the crowds were as big, Lloyd, or not?
Oh, yes.
Okay, because you're there all day, and so you'd say they did pretty good then, right?
Oh, yes. And the police did real good, too.
Yep, they did. It was it's in that bringing the people down by bus, that helps.
And the bus come right to the door.
Yep. You can't beat that, I'll tell you.
Hey, Lloyd, real quick here. Those 4 channels, one's a comedy channel. It's the Laugh is the comedy channel. The Escape channel is like mysteries and adventure stuff. Grit is like war stuff, like movies, like John Wayne stuff. And Bounce is African-American themed programming.
That's pretty good.
So yeah, these are all good free channels to get over the air if you have an antenna.
I think they're trying to spread. Before, all you could see was what do you call it, Gilligan's Island reruns and Gunsmoke.
Yeah.
A couple other things. There wasn't much on there.
Yeah.
So I think they're trying to, which is good because,
Yep.
I'll get out to somebody else and call you again.
Okay. No problem. Hey, I'll see you down there sometime again. Nice seeing you during the Zababa, though.
Yeah, you too. Okay.
Hey, and get her a fan, okay? A better one.
Yeah, well, I'll get her a new Polish fan.
What's that?
The one you plug in and you put outside.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
He has his lady friend there, He's got this little fan. I'm going, what happened? I joked her. I said, I gave him an air conditioner, and she was ready to pop him. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, I'll give everybody some tips on this digital over-the-air TV. If you have one of those old converter boxes that they used to give away,
right,
use that with your digital TV.
Yeah.
You'll get much better reception.
Oh, you will.
If you just plug your antenna right into your digital TV,
yeah,
you're not going to get very good reception. If you use one of those boxes, along with your digital TV or your standard TV, it don't matter.
Yeah.
And that box that they gave away, that is the one that gets very good reception.
That's the one you had to buy when they switched?
Yeah, I kind of get that because the way they're making stuff today, it's already got built-in obsolescence. The tuners are weak, the parts are bad, they're not great. So, yeah, those types of things would probably work way better for your reception.
Do you like that over-the-air a little bit, sir?
Well, yeah, remember they were giving, I got like 3 boxes for free. Remember, they sent away coupons in the mail for them. Remember the government.
Yeah. You like over-the-air TV, though? You watch it a little bit?
Oh, yeah, I enjoy it. Yeah, I like the Me TV is probably the best.
That's the one with the old reruns, right?
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Gilligan's Island, I've seen, on Sunday they have a lot of different stuff. They had they have Star Trek on Saturdays.
Nice.
They had I Love Lucy reruns on Sunday.
Yeah.
Just, a lot of old programming that a lot of people would enjoy.
Yeah, my sister-in-law, that's all she has down in Virginia. She doesn't have cable.
Yeah.
You got cable too or not?
Yeah, I got the short cable, and I got this, I use this digital TV. I have like 2 TVs set up.
Well, I like when they expand more channels because, before you didn't have much of a choice, but yeah, this way, you're reaching out going out into the black community, you're going out into comedy, you're going out into people like a little more war movies and stuff. So it's almost like a pretty good option.
Yeah.
But what I like, you're sticking it to the cable company.
Yep, that's always fun.
They need sticking too, because they've been doing us wrong for years and years.
Well, and there's nothing we can do. Every time we try to fight them, they have the government they have the federal government on their side.
Yeah.
And we don't know what's going to happen with this new merger yet. I'm
hoping for good things.
I am too. It can't get any worse, you hope.
Got all my fingers crossed.
The best thing you can do, for television now, is to use the internet to get what channels you can, and use this over-the-air TV channels, and you'll be set. You don't need cable then.
I'm thinking about if I could get all my sports channels on there, and my wife can get her Hallmark channels, we'd be happy.
Yeah, that's the thing. You'd miss your Indians games, Kaz. I would too.
Oh, you can't get STO with that, huh?
No, you can't get that's on cable only. So
see, they got us,
Yeah.
Yeah, my mother, she's 90 years old, and she watches the Indians faithfully every night.
Yeah. Now when football season comes, all the games are over the air just about. Well, ESPN has some Monday night games.
Yeah, but you can't get, the problem is, if I want to watch the Browns, I got to go over to one of the local clubs,
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, you can go to any club and watch a game.
It's just so sometimes you like to watch it at home, or you like to watch. There was some option I saw last year that you could buy the games if you didn't have DirecTV, but you had to watch them after they were done.
Huh.
And I said that's not a bad deal because a lot of times I'll watch the games late at night, but I'll stay away from humanity so they don't screw up my score. I won't
listen to no radio or
don't wear no brown shirt. Make sure you don't run into your friends, which gets a little tough though.
Yeah.
But if I could do that, I'd probably get rid of cable too.
I know a lot of people that have.
Okay, guys.
Hey, thanks for calling. Yeah, well, you look at your bill now. Oh my God,
I just want to bring up a couple of things.
Go ahead, you got the air.
Let's see. Coming up next Monday, Labor Day Parade. I want everybody to come out for it. I want everybody to be there. The 5th. September 5th is going to be our second annual Labor Day Parade. We're going to be there. We're broadcasting live.
They're using State Street, right?
Yeah, I think it's going to be the same setup as last year. Are you going to be in 3 different groups again this year, like last year?
I don't know.
I saw you go by once, and then you go by later again, then you got back, and you tried to get by the third time. I don't know.
I don't think I made it the third time.
I think you tried, though. You had the Polish group, you had the Italian group, and then what was the other?
It was with I think it was with the steelworkers.
You might want to pick one.
It was one of the unions I walked with. I think it was the steelworkers.
Pick the first one and the last one, and give yourself some time in the middle. We'll get you on camera again. But I want everybody to come out and watch the parade. It was really great last year. It's the first time.
I'll give you a minuta. What's the name? Bolt?
What?
I'll give you a Bolt one.
Oh, yeah, you should do that.
Crossing the line?
But we want to see people come out because this is going to be the second one, and it's going to get bigger and bigger. It's going to be fantastic, and we're going to go live with it, so it's going to be good.
And what day is that again?
That is going to be on Monday, the 5th. That's next Monday. I'm actually going out of town, but I'm going to be back on Sunday afternoon to set the truck up and get everything ready.
That's next week.
That's next week. That's
we will
September.
not be on the air. We got
September 5th. Yeah,
we
won't be on the air
next week.
No show next week. It's a holiday.
Yeah, Mike might show up though.
Mike, you can come in if you want. He laughed.
Want me to take this?
Yeah, go for it. I'll shut off at the end.
Go ahead, Paul.
Hey, what's the time and place for that Labor Day parade?
You would have to ask me details. I don't have that.
You knew you were going to get hit.
I just didn't. I didn't write that down. I will get back.
How are you going to do that? We won't be on the air.
We won't be on the air. Maybe it's on the internet. I'll have a look and then maybe find it.
We'll try to find out for you. Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder if they got it in the office over there.
Somebody has to have it because I've been in contact with the engineering department and Public Works. They know it's happening. They're going to know.
Are you still on, sir? Oop, you know what?
No, it's okay. I'm going to look it up, but if you know somebody to talk to in one of those offices,
Well, we'll
talk to
see if they got it.
talk to Doug or John,
Oh, David Rocco would know.
one of those guys.
David.
10 a.m. Somebody already texted me, 10 a.m.
Oh, it is?
You know how funny this is? This is my Ohio viewer who's looking up things and telling me by phone.
I was going to call Mr. Rocco. He would.
Yep, 10 a.m. is the parade time, so you want to be there before to be set up in a spot. Bring your chairs, and I don't think they're supposed to throw candy. I think they're not going to be throwing candy, but they'll walk up and like hand it out.
They always say that, but it never.
Yeah, I always see people throwing candy. But
The wildest one I was ever in throwing candy was Edinburgh. There were kids on the roof,
yeah.
and they were taunting me.
Oh no.
Yeah. They didn't think that a guy my age could reach it.
Yeah.
I put one over to one kid's head, hit his buddy in the attic window.
So the time is 10 a.m. The place is going to be right out here in Perry Square.
Go ahead, caller.
Okay, so it's 10 a.m. Where is it going to stretch from, what, 12th downstate?
Yeah, it
on the
usually-
park? What's it going to do?
If they do it like they did it last year, it came down 12th Street. I think it started over around Cherry. I think it started around Cherry. And it came down 12th Street and straight down State.
Okay.
But you'll have to probably look that up. I don't have that information. I still have to meet with Roseanne, the lady who's putting it on.
Oh, boy.
It's got to be, it's got to be out there. I'm sorry. Kaz is looking too.
I'm going to try to find it.
Yeah.
Oop, thank you, sir.
Yep, my Ohio watcher, please, if you have that information, text me.
We'll see if my phone might die out before I get to Dave.
Oh, yeah. So, anyway, we got that going on, and I'll come back to that. I just wanted to say a couple of other things. My presence here is sponsored today by Erie Makerspace. We make things and fix things and tinker on stuff. It's basically a public workshop.
Can you make the Browns win the Super Bowl?
I can't make that. I don't even have any words to say about that. We have another event coming up on the 10th. It's going to be in about 2 weeks. A retro gaming night at Cat TV. So doors open.
Explain that.
Doors open at 5. What we do is we take a bunch of old video game systems,
Yeah.
Ataris, Nintendos, Sega systems. We hook them all up to TVs. We set them all up around the studio, and people come in and pay $5 at the door.
To play them?
To play the games, yeah.
Wow.
They get like 5-6 hours of playtime, plus we give them pizza from Hungry Howie's.
Now, you better tell your location or your cat.
We're at 142 West 12th Street. See, it's like I'm new to this. Why don't I know these things? It's going to be on the 10th, so make sure.
Where would they park on? Probably 11th Street?
You can park in our parking lot. You can park across the street. Just don't park at the doctor's office behind us. And that's going to be from 5 to 10. Lots of old game systems.
That'd be wild.
And we can even do some on special request. We got about 5 minutes left here, so I'm going to totally make sure that we're busy and cover everything else that we got. So we got Retro Gaming Night. We have a Retro Gaming Night coming up. Want to make sure everybody gets to see that. Make Erie is an Erie Makerspace thing. Make sure to look that up on Facebook. And we also have an event coming up in October. It's called BlurryCon. This is an anime convention. We're actually going to be doing this at the convention center. This is our 4th year for BlurryCon, and this is a nonprofit, so I'm not selling anything. This is our 4th year for BlurryCon. It's anime, which is a Japanese art style and cartoon style, comic books and stuff. 4th year, it's growing, it's getting bigger to the point where we had to go over into the convention center. So that's something to look up. BlurryCon, BLURRIECON.
He loves that when you get big.
Yeah. We are growing it, and eventually it may turn into a business. And outside of that, my last text is going to be 11th and State to Perry Square. So it looks like it's not as long as it was last year. 11th and
That's still a
State.
pretty good walk, though.
11th State to Perry Square. That's 6 blocks.
I think before we used to start up a little farther, wasn't
It's
it?
0.8 of a mile long.
That's nothing.
It's not huge, but I think that's bigger than last year. Last year's was...
When I was a young man, I could do that in under four something.
Yeah.
Not anymore, though.
Yeah.
I'm going to go up. I'm going to let him talk a little bit, okay?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
I'm done. I already made that busy.
Oh, we're okay now, right?
Yeah. Now, you want people to call in?
Yeah, if they,
One last call, because we got
unless you want to talk about
we got
anything
2
real quick.
minutes left.
Anything you got anymore?
I got nothing.
Go ahead, caller.
That gentleman was talking about the free digital box,
Yeah,
Time Warner.
yeah.
I'm sure if he looks and he will be charged after X amount of time $1.50 per month for those boxes. They were free when they first gave them out, and they were just a piece of junk.
From the cable company.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if they. Well, I don't know if they.
We're talking about the over-the-air free ones that the government gave out when they switched in.
Oh, you mean that big box?
Yeah, like in 2009, I think.
Yeah, I got about 6 of them in the basement.
Those are the ones that if you hook that up to your
You're
line.
set. Yeah, you got the voucher to go pick them up.
Yeah,
at various places like Radio Shack, etc.
Yeah. The caller said that you should be able to use that and get better reception than just plugging your television into the
I got
antenna.
a better idea for them. Go buy one of these digital cable-ready TVs, and you can program that in, and you won't have to pay anything.
I think that's what he's saying, though, was that those TV tuners are basically crap. Because
You mean the box?
no, the actual tuner in TVs these
I got
days.
a great one. I got a Sanyo.
Sanyo, okay.
See, I'm a Samsung man right
I'm
now.
a Samsung guy too, but
I
still.
got a Sanyo, and there's no problem. Every time they change, I reboot it and reprogram it. I get the analog and all the digitals, and I don't have to fool around with units from time to.
Well, you know what, John? You gotta talk my wife into. I got my eyes on one of those 4Ks,
Yeah,
and she's not buying it.
it's great. I mean,
I need a few more inches too, though, because you know how you get when you say, you know, that's nice. I'm getting used to it, but I need a few more inches.
got a 35-inch, and that is more than enough. I don't need a whole wall because then you get distortion with your pictures and everything else.
Well, you need to buy one of these new 8K TVs because now they're making them round.
Yeah.
They're making them curved.
Oh, the curved one.
Yeah, I don't even
You like
know.
that?
I don't know. I don't.
See, I love to watch it.
I saw it in the store and I
See
was.
John get mad.
The vacuum tubes.
I love watching
I
it
do.
when they hit the big home run against the Yankees.
Yeah, give me a break.
On the 50-inch TV, it would look nice.
I like to see the Pollock hitting it in 1960. I choke every time. Still, to this day.
Now I know your Achilles heel. I'm going to send on your birthday a picture of the Maz doing that.
Yeah, a guy hits 260 and makes the Hall of Fame. Give me a break.
Hey,
TJ, you looking for vacuum tubes?
I love vacuum tubes, man.
I got all kinds of them. Maybe I'll get a listing of it and give you some.
I
You're
will
looking
love
for
this.
'em, huh?
I love vacuum tubes. I collect
used
them.
to buy all of them I could ever see.
I go to Handfest.
I've got an old radio that came out of a B-57 bomber.
Oh,
I got to see that. You got one?
Yeah,
That's
I
cool.
sure do.
we got to get together.
You know, my brother-in-law has one of those old radios with the shortwave one and everything with the tuning eye.
Yeah.
Boy, I'd love to get it.
Those
If
are
he ever
neat.
gives it up, I want that.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a vacuum
My
tube.
kid's getting ready to hook this thing back up again. You got to put up an antenna and the whole shot.
I saw one vacuum tube radio I used to have upstairs when I was a controller.
No?
It was an old Sears radio, but man, you could really get the fine tuning on there.
Yep.
Oh,
I love
yeah.
that stuff. I love that old technology. I love just.
They don't
firing
make them
up.
anymore, do they?
No, but they actually do. They make them for audiophiles.
Yeah,
People
I
that
even got
are
one
really
of
into
those
their
old
audio.
But they're expensive.
You remember how you used to go in the drugstore and test your tubes with
Yeah.
electricity and vacuum?
Yeah.
I got one of those little portable ones.
Well, we used to laugh. We had a guy in our block. I'll just call him Mr. Smith, but he had an Italian name, and he'd do all the TVs in the neighborhood. Well,
Wasn't Spaniel, was it?
no, we were impressed, right?
Yeah.
Until we saw him one day up at the one that was up there by Tech. Was that the Aero Drugs or?
Yeah, I think so.
It was that drugstore where they had the grocery store and there he is up there testing everybody's tubes in there, and we're going,
Using their machine.
yeah, and we're going, oh, we see how this works. What they do, they used to just pull one tube out.
Yeah.
They knew which ones were obvious.
Yeah.
The numbers on the base.
Yeah, and if after a while, if they lucked out, they lucked out. If they didn't,
Yeah, he hit it with his finger to see if the pieces weren't broke, the whole shot. But that's a great deal, the whole shot. And
Yeah. I'll get your number from Kaz, and we'll talk about tubes.
But those are the good old days.
Well, it's fun listening to those old radios.
Yeah.
They got a different sound to them. It's
love shortwave.
It's not great sound, but it's good.
Shortwave is fun. You can still pick up thousands of miles away.
I got to get a good shortwave that's
Don't sell
cheap.
crystal
Can you give me
radios
one?
anymore.
No, they don't. I actually just made one like a couple of months
You
ago.
talking about the ones you used to clip onto your register?
Oh,
Little earphone, and you hook it up to the coil and the tuner. And
Or you clip it up
round
to the register?
Yeah.
I had one.
Yeah, it's fun stuff.
those are the good old days.
Yeah, they weren't very good, but it was fun though.
Oh, yes. There was all kinds of good projects for kids today.
Yeah.
Well, have a great weekend.
You
Yeah,
too.
you too. Thanks.
And we got to go off the air, so.
Yep, we are good. We are
Oh,
done.
man, we hit the gamut of things today.
We did. And the last thing I got to say is the route is 11th and State, north towards the lake to North Park Road, then east to French, and south to 6th. So it's going to wrap around and probably break up around the Parish Square.
Yep.
All right, that's all I got.
Well, thank you for, we got to remind everybody.
This was a good full show. Lots of stuff going on.
Mike will not show up here next week, so we won't either.
Nobody show up next week. We will be a repeat. And make sure to check the city's website for events and things that are coming up. And check CAT's website, catverie.org, for things that we have coming up. Thank you for joining us today.
Tube radio, that.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching the Taxpayers Hotline Show on Erie's own Government Access, Channel 9.